Hello, folks. It's 1:30 at midnight, and instead of sleeping like a baby, I just thought that why not make my first YouTube video and see how it goes. So the plan is quite simple. I'll be going through some iconic websites over the internet and see if I can find some website which I can modify or give it a new feel or revamp it according to according to my perspective or my liking. So yeah, I before recording, I was going through a few of the well-known websites we use every day. Google.com, obviously, then LeetCode, or the Twitter's homepage, or Netflix. I don't think I'll be doing because it already has a quite a good feel, and I really find that the UI is quite well, and currently I don't have any idea or anything in my mind that I can implement. So, since it's my first video, I want to keep it simple and very handy and very, easy. So, let's move to this Google homepage. Yeah, the basic Google homepage. Let me close all the other tabs. Ah, coming to the Google's age-old homepage. It's super clean, it's minimal, it's timeless, but it's kind of blunt and it has been the same forever. Apart from few tweaks and some changes, it's more or less the same we have been seeing all over the years. I'm not telling it's bad, but uh, I would like to add some features and some new uh, stuffs to this website. I'm like, no, I don't want this white or this black background anymore. That same logo, that search bar, and it's old. I just want to revamp this. So after a lot of thinking, I thought that hmm, I actually did not uh, get much of ideas. So I thought that let's make it a very a developer friendly, or rather, I should say a Google for the developers. So the basic idea is that every functionality and stuff remains the same. We'll just add a cyberpunk matrix kind of feel to it. Uh, Instead of keeping it plain corporate black or white, I want to give it a developer's laptop vibe. Imagine if Google homepage got a cyberpunk makeover, a dark background, something very techy. Those green and black. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That can be my aesthetic, some neon glow, some hackery, that Linux feel, that green aesthetic from Project IGI back in the day. Yeah, we can combine that and some Matrix vibes. So yeah, that's the kind of mood I want in my website. So yeah, we can start. So let me check what are some examples I can go through before starting of this project. I want to give it a bit of a Linux feel. So let me let's see, let me switch off this caps. So this is what I'm getting. I need the terminal. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's too green, but you get it. I need this aesthetic. I need this feel, but I can look for something more clean. We can think of something like this. Keeping all the tabs on the left and making it a giving it a command line feel. We can go for okay, let me see this. Most of you guys must be aware about this, the NeoVim platform. Yeah, this has the correct feel. This has the feel I'm looking for. Uh, there was a It has a nice homepage. Anyways, this is the overall feel which I want to give to Google. hackerish, geeky feel to the age-old iconic Google homepage. So let's plan it out. Let me open my, yeah. So everything remains the same. There is going to be a nav bar, a footer, a search bar, but what do we design basically? So we need a basic matrix green and black design. Uh, Let me check if we get this code emissions. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know it's kind of very common and very nothing very special, but for starters, we can give this feel. We can have this in our background. We can, give this as a background image, or rather, I would say we can do this animation of these falling bits and numbers, and yeah. So apart from this, uh, yeah, this we can have Google written in this font, but it doesn't look very terminalish. I need something like this. Anyways, we can start making it. Uh, Here's going to be the search bar. I'll be adding a visible navbar. I'll make it thinking of making this green. And since Google has a footer and there are two sections, we won't change the UI or basically the structure of the website. So we'll have the same. There is going to be two different sections in one footer. And what else? What are we missing? Okay, we'll have this both Google search and I am feeling lucky. Kind of don't remember what happens when I click get lucky. Anyways, this is what is going to be present. Uh, Instead of writing the plain old Google, we can think of something better to add here. Wow. Anyways, so this is going to be the overall feel of our website. So let's go and start coding. So back to the VS Code, and have already set up most of the stuff. My environment is good to go. I'll be using Vite and TypeScript. Along with it, I have set up Tailwind for the ease of styling and stuff. Uh, so let's begin. The first thing that we thought of was that we'll use that green black matrix field background. So we'll start by uh, making some changes in the background uh, by I'm thinking of making this giving it a blue black background and the green text. So let's get started. Back to my VS Code. So here we go. Let's begin. So we need to start with, let's give it a minimum height screen. I'll be using a black background, blackish blue field. So I guess background gray with 900 would be good. And my obvious, the text green 500, I guess 400 would be fine. Font will be set as monospace will be using. We'll make this relative and we stop the overflow. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But I don't like this font. Let me zoom it. Hmm, I'm not getting the quiet green feel. The background looks good though. Mm, we can change the font and okay, let's see what we can do. Let's try to make it 500. Oops. Let's first configure and get done with the index.css file. Yeah, I'll be using this JetBrains monospace font from Google APIs. The tailwind has been set already. Let me set up my, the basic colors that I'm going to be using. But before that, our basic, old, and the most important stuff. I'll be putting the border sizing. Oops. Oh my God. It's box sizing for the box. Oh yeah. Now we can begin. So we'll start with our body and the font family. As I said, I'll be using the JetBrains monospace. It's almost the font I need. Let me see. Yeah, that's the font we need. And we can set the margin to 0. And also we don't need any padding and we don't need any X rows, so I'll do overflow X as hidden. Yeah. Looks good. It's a good start. Uh, Next, I'm thinking of defining the colors we are going to use. Since it's basically a terminal vibe, I'll start with my usual green. Let's call it matrix green, and we'll set it to I don't know. So I need a greenish vibe, so I'll set it to as for one. I think it will just do fine. Yeah, that's the color I'm looking for. I'll go for electric blue. We'll be using it for I think the I can use it for the boxes and taskbar and stuff. These are the basic things which I think these are the basic colors which I'll be using. So let me just get done with it. Uh, Come on, why the color isn't shown? Anyways, doesn't look very different. So I'll just copy and paste. Yeah, these will be the colors I'll be using. So I'll use the standard black, the matrix green. I'm not quite sure where I'll be using this neon purple, but anyways, I think it's going to be useful if I show some error or alert message in the home page. So let me just check if everything is working fine. Yeah, it's all good. I think we are good to go. Now let's start with the header part, the nav bar. This we first gonna start by making this nav bar. If you see, it's not quite visible in the Google website, the Google homepage, but we can start by giving it a green nav bar or a border green. But before that, let me first add that animation to this page. It's going to be a tough job, I think. Not quite good with animations. So yeah, I'll be mostly obviously taking the help of any AI for these floating animations. So I got this component, this matrix rain from ChatGPT. It is using the canvas, and I literally have no idea what the hell is going on. But let's just hope that it all works fine. Let's just add this component here. Let's remove this. It's the matrix rain component. Let's hope that it's working fine. And there you go. It works fine. We can make these letters brighter and add some more effects. But for now, the background looks quite good. Let me just see what happens if I just remove the background color. Where did it go? Yeah, let's just see how does it look. So if you can see, these are nothing but neon green letters falling off from the top. So the color scheme also looks fine. So now we'll move on to the next part. That is basically the header, this part, the header, the navbar, whatever you call it. So I'm thinking of keeping it very plain. We can add certain stuff like profile or mail or images or I don't know, anything equivalent to coding and stuff. Uh, we can add some stuff like we'll keep a profile for sure. Apart from that, I'm thinking of writing my name, or rather, I'd say that we can add something like the way we see in the PowerShell, uh, something like this, this PC C users, something like this, which gives it a overall terminal Linux-based feel. Uh, so let's get started. Let's get into the code, and here we go. So first, we'll start with the header. Let's just make a skeleton of the page. So first, we'll go for the header first. So after the header, we can add our other sections. First, we'll go for the header, and then we can go for the Google logo. Then we can go for the search bar. I'm thinking of making and dividing these parts into different components, even though it's a single page, but yeah, it's more easier and it's more compact and I just like working by making these components. And below it, we can add some geeky buttons, and at the end, we'll have our footer. I just do this every time. It gives me a reminder or keeps me in check of what I'm making and what I'll be making next. Also in organizing the divs and stuff. So yeah, let's go. Let's start by making the header or the navbar. So let's instead use header, and we'll be styling it. So we'll keep it relative, and we can keep it relative and keep the Z 10, flex, and justify it between, not justify around. We go for between, and then we can center the items. We will before, and we'll give it a border green, the one I guess we had set up earlier. We'll set it to 400. Yeah, I feel that's good for now. We can also set the overflow. Anyways, let's see how things go. Let me just add to check how it looks. Let's go to the website where it is. Yeah. If I zoom it, I don't see a big of a change, but we'll get to it. Let me add the next section. Uh, we thought of using this like like it shows in the command prompt or in the PowerShell. We'll add a Linux arrow and something like this that's showing C drive or something. So let's first start with the div. Within the header, we can add a div first, and let's just check. I'll use the Lucid React icons that I have already installed. So I'll use this terminal icon and I'll set the styling 8.5. I guess 6 will do. And width also we'll keep it to 6. And that's all. Let's see if you can see. Nope, I can't see any icon here. What's wrong? Yeah, the it has been imported successfully. What's the issue? Anyways, let's set the parent div first. We'll keep it to flex items center and space horizontally. We'll need up to 4 would be good. And now let's see if we can get here. I guess the size is a bit. Uh, we can increase the size. We can increase the height. Basically, you can do it 8. Let's keep it 6 for now. Now let's add some cool text. Make a span tag and add something like root at the rate dev portal, and the yeah, it would have been incomplete without this. This is just that iconic thing from Linux. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Uh, but the text, we can make the text a bit more smaller. Let's just do that. Nothing else. We can keep the text small, and let's see. Yeah, it looks better. So what next? Let's go to the Google homepage. Okay, I think the top right corner looks kind of fine. Uh, we can just add a an underline. But before that, let me just think that what can we put in the left corner. There will be a profile button for sure. Along with that, we can add a settings button. And what else? Hmm. Let's just do it basic. We can just add our date and time. That much, I think that would be enough. So let's go back to the VS Code, and we can start going to the next part. So yeah, now that we are almost done with the header, let's move on to the next div. Let's make another div for the right side of the page, and let's give it, and modify it. We can add a class name, and we'll do it flex, and items will be at the center as usual, and we'll have a space of 6. And what we are going to render here is we can just show the current date and time, and I think that would be enough. So let's make another div inside this and add the current time. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's the part I'll have to start making the states. So the current time, and I need the set current time. So I'll go for const current time and set current, not time, it's time, and we can do it, and we pass it the current date. So yeah, I guess that will be just enough. uh, Anyways, we first need to set the current time. I'll be using use effect for this, So let's do the set current time, new date, and it's going to change every second. So we can just simply add a 1 second timer to it. So let me just remove this and I'll rewrite this once again. We'll call it timer. Uh, we'll use this set interval function, and here we go. Inside the set interval, I'll set the current time. Since the set current time is going to change every second, so this set interval is going to get called every second. We'll do this in 1000 for 1 second, and that's all. I'll need something to set the timer again and again. So for that, I'll use the clean interval function. Yeah, and I'll pass on the timer to it. Looks fine. Is there something wrong? I don't think so. Oh my God. I've been using it inside the whole time. So let's do it. It will be clear interval and the timer will be passed, and that's all. We end the use effect, and I think we are good to go to set the current date now. Let's just do it here. Ah, looks like we ran into some error. Let me check the console. What's wrong? The above error occurred in the div component. Object should not be passed. Let me just remove this and see what's the error. It works fine. Is it because of, I don't know, code looks fine. What's the problem here? Date is not assignable to React node. Okay, okay. We can just convert it to string and see if it works. I don't see anything. I have no idea what the hell is wrong now. Okay, it should work now. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But it doesn't look very tech savvy right now. Let's add some more components on the right side. We can create more navigation links. So yeah, here we'll be adding few more navigation links. We'll be making this as a component. So the navigation stuff will be going here. We'll call it as navigation links. So let's go back to your components folder and make navigation links.tsx. That's good. That's good. So yeah, let's go and make it. So what are the things we can add? So here we are on the navigation links component page. So we'll be adding items like profile and settings on the right corner of the page, just beside the current date and time. So I'm quite not sure what other things I should be adding. Uh, I'll be adding a profile for sure, and maybe a settings, and I don't know. Let's see. Let's get started. So yeah, I'll I'll make the objects here. So first we'll have the profile. We'll give it href for now because it's pointing nowhere, and then we'll be going for the icon. I'll be using the lucid icons. I'll use the help circle, and I don't know what's wrong here now. Looks fine to me. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're good to go. I'll just copy this so that I can add more. And the second one will be, I'll keep it as a settings. And third one, I can keep it something like API docs or something. Let's do it. Let's make it documentations. I'll bring the profile to the bottom because we need it at the rightmost. I'll take this documentations to the top. I think that would be nice. Anyways, so I won't take it as div. Let's make it nav. The class name will do the styling. Make it to the center and take the space x is equal to 4 as usual. Now let's map the array of the links. So we'll take each individual as a link, and then we can traverse it through. I made a mistake here, a very common one. We'll take the link here, and then we can just start with this bracket, and here we go. I'll take the anchor tag obviously because these are the links pointing to different part of the homepage, different sections of the homepage. So let's give it the key. I'll take the key as link dot name, and I need to give it the href as, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's link dot href, and I think that would be fine for now. Uh, I don't see it here. Okay, we need to add some text here. So let's do it. We'll take a span tag and add some stuff like what? I'll use the link name here. The link name must be visible. Let's see. Yeah, I still got nothing. Okay, I haven't imported it here. So let's do it. It's the navigation list. And let's see if we see here. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. It looks good though, but it still lacks something. Let me just add the icons here. I think that's what it's lacking here. So yeah, I'll add some icons for each, and then we can style the anchor tags better. Let's take the settings icon, and we can use user here. I think that looks fine, and we are kind of good to go. I'll just copy the style from the header, and I'll have it pasted here. I think the text will look fine now. Let me just see. Uh, I don't know if it quite has the feel, but let me just render the icons and see how it looks. So we'll be rendering the icons here. Link that icon. Let's give it a class name h4 and w4. I think it's going to look good. Let's, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if it would look better if we made it green, but it looks kind of fine though. Okay, I think we're done with the navbar. I just need that green bottom line now. So we are almost done with the navbar or the header part, as you say. Uh, but I still don't see the borderline, the under the green line which I wanted, that visible navbar. Let me just visit my app.tsx. I think I have missed something. Uh, the header, its relative, its justify, the border color. Oh my God, the border has not been set. Let's do it border block. I think that would give it, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The spacing looks fine to me. I can add some more padding, but we can see that eventually. For now, it looks good, quite similar to what I had thought about. So yeah, let's move on to the next part. Let's see what we have got next. After the navigation link, we'll need to set the Google logo. I don't know about the logo. It's just going to be an image or something. For now, we can skip it. Let's move to the search bar. I'll be I'll be making another component for the search bar. So let's do it. Let's go to the components. We'll make a search bar .tsx, and here we go. So let's now dive into this search bar component. Uh, it's quite late now. Anyways, I'm thinking of giving this search bar also a terminal come Linux style. I'm not sure how I'll be doing it, but I'm thinking of going through these Linux designs. I want to keep it something like this, the username and then after the search query. And I think NeoVim has it. I'm not quite sure. I need that red, yellow, green iconic Linux dots uh, just so that I can see and reference it while I code it. And let me just see. Yeah, these are basically the dots I'm looking for, but it won't have this cross and square icons. Those will be, I'll be keeping this on the left as it is usually on the Linux systems. So let me just start uh, from here. Also, I was thinking of adding some placeholders. Placeholders as in these will be certain frequently used queries, and I'll be animating them in the search bar so that it gives just a developer a hackery feel. So I had already kept these ready beforehand. Let me just copy and paste it. Yeah, these will be the placeholders. I think you recognize most of these commands. Software engineers use this like on a regular basis. So these are just there to add a basic good feel, basic developer feel. So now let's move on to the search bar part. Since I'll be using a handle submit or on submit function in the future when we'll filter out the search query or the results of the search query, uh, we'll use form instead of a div. And let me give it a proper styling. I'll take it as max. I guess width to Excel would be great, and we'll set it to auto. I think that's all we need for the form. Now let's move on to the header part of the search bar terminal or the terminal themed search bar as we call it. Let me add a div and just give it a proper styling so that we can see it. Border, this time I remember to set the border, and we'll give it a border green. Nope, I'll set it to 400 by 30 as I did earlier in my app.tsx. We'll keep it rounded and large and give it some other tone. Let's make it 800 by 80, and I'll add a backdrop too. We'll make it SM, and I think we are good to go now. Let me see if there is any change in our app, in our Google homepage. Yeah, we can see this. Uh, we can see, let me just refresh. Yeah. So the code works fine. Now all we have to do is just style it in a better manner. So so the basic thinking about of my styling was to add those Linux elements or the terminal elements to it. So I won't be coding it and showing it in the video. I'll just find the proper code I need from AI and I'll just paste it here. So here we go. Let me just see. Yeah, these are the dots I'm talking about. Let me just give it a parent div so that it becomes more easy to work. And here we go. That's fine. I'll just add a closing div. And yeah, I think it's all fine now. Let me just format it a bit properly. Yeah, I think, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let me just paste the rest of the style. We got one more div coming. And okay, we need to import the terminal icon from Lucid React. And there we go. And yes, that looks great. That looks really, really great. All we need to do is position it properly. But yeah, we can do that later. So now let's move on to the next part, that is the search input part. So let's start to make it. Okay, now this is going to be the search input part. Let me just label it, or it's going to get really messy now. So yeah, this is going to be my search input part. Okay, let's go. So first we'll take a parent div to start it and set it to p4. Okay, that's fine. Now we'll be adding some boxes and many more boxes rather, I should say. So let's go. I think you're gonna find it a bit boring. So I'll just make some tweaks and some design and I'll get back to you. So yeah, after a pause and after playing a lot around, I'm finally back with the search bar completed as I needed. I think it looks really, really good, but I don't know why the animation is not happening properly. Let me just refresh. It should work just fine. Yeah, it all works. And here we go. Hello world. So now that our search box is made, uh, we can add some basic buttons at the bottom and some a footer at the last. But before that, it looks kind of blunt. We need to add a logo or something very geeky as usual, as we are trying to make it developers Google. So what do developers like? How can we make a good logo out of Google? So now that our search bar, which was kind of a very hectic and tedious task, is done, most of our important work is done. I still haven't figured out why the cursor is still appearing in the right, even though it should be moving along with this animation. Anyways, we can dive into it later. For now, it's just like it's still empty. We still don't have a footer. We still don't have our own elements. And most importantly, the most important part, the Google logo. We still haven't decided, or we still haven't figured out what is that we are going to use as a logo. it's very pretty obvious that I'm not going to use this exact thing. I'm thinking of something techy, uh, thinking of something like NeoVim. It has this really cool, really cool header. Thinking of getting this ASCII style of writing, but I'm not quite sure how do we make it. Um, let's search the internet. Let's search the net. ASCII, or I should say, text to ASCII converter. Yeah, we'll be using this. Looks like I have used this before, but trust me, I had no idea. We'll type Google. Let's see. Oh dear God, there are a lot of styles. Which one to choose from? Yeah, this is totally not the one I'm looking for. Too small, too difficult to read. Looks good, but not. I'm not. I'm still not getting the vibe. No, no, this doesn't look good. Hmm. I still can't figure out what the hell it's written. It's GOOG, it's B, or it's LO, it's LE. It's difficult to interpret. Yeah, this looks good, but I need something like this, something squash. I just don't know. I really am loving this font. Let's okay, we have something called as test all. Let's test all. This takes just a few seconds, and here we are. Let's go. Yeah, this is something I like. This big money NW looks good too. Let's see what we can. Yeah, this looks good. We can use this. Let's see more what we have got. These looks pretty cool, but I need some solid colors. Yeah, that's this one's good, but I'm not convinced about this G. So we'll move on to something better. This one looks quite good. It's ANSI shadow, electronic. This one looks quite good. This one looks quite good. We can use this. It's electronic, okay. I'm kind of confused between, okay, this one looks good too, Rebel. But I find this good looking. It's kind of uniform. Each and every letter is capital. Uh, I like this one too, but I want a big logo, somewhat like this, covering a big chunk of the page. So let's try this out. We'll use this, but how do we use this? I have literally no clue of how do we use this. Do we just copy paste it, or what do we do? Let me just move to my app.tsx and see what we can do here. So let's make a div for it, and within the div we can think of adding something. This will be here. So let me add a div and just write Google here. Let me just see if it works. I don't see anything. Anyways, okay, we can take it as main. This is kind of the main part. So we'll give it some style. Let's make it relative and add the flex. It's flex. We'll arrange it column wise, get the items to center, and we need to calculate the min height. We'll take it as something I usually use. Won't spend much time upon figuring this out now. And finally, we can add px food. That's my main component. Within the main component, we need to add the ASCII part. We need to think. I need to see how do I do that. But before that, I need to add a div within the main. There we go. And let's just bring it to center. Put margin bottom of 6. I guess 8 would be fine. Okay, so now it's time to figure out how do we get this. How do we get this beautiful text right there? Let's just copy it and see what do we get here. Just paste it. Oh my god. I'm not sure. Do we get this on the website? How the hell does it work? Okay, I got something, but I have no idea what the hell this is. This is totally not Google. It's just taking the text line by line, which should not be the case. So let me just go through the internet and see what's wrong and like how do we do this. So yeah, I just did a bit of research and found that this is how we're gonna use these ASCII text. I used a pre-tag. I don't have much idea about that. I just saw the documentations and just pasted it. And to be honest, it kind of looks cool. I mean, I like it. The UI looks good now. I All we need is just a good footer, and then we are kind of good to go. It's really cool. I really am loving the homepage we are building. So it's just a matter of few more minutes till the time we just finish the footer, the two sections of the footer, and then we are good to go. So let's go back to our VS Code, and now we'll be coming to the last part of the video where we'll be just making the footer, and I think that's all. That's all that is left to do. Uh, so yeah, but before that, I think I'm missing something. Let me just open the website again, the one we were making. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking of adding some line, some high level line here, but I'm not sure should I add it here or somewhere else. Let's add it above the search bar. You know, uh, it looks a bit no, there is nothing. It looks very blank. Let's add some text below this Google logo. So what can we write? So before that, let me just make another div and add something in comments, something like advanced code or something like that. I don't know. The green color doesn't look good. Let's make it, uh, I don't know, gray or a bluish gray would be fine. So let's do it. I can keep it to 400. Make the text small, and we can animate it. We can give it a pulse animation. Looks good, but this line doesn't look good. Advanced code, and I'm not sure what else to write. Let's add something random, something like advanced code protocol, or I don't know, advanced code system. Let's do it. Advanced code protocol version 2.9.4. Yeah, yeah, that looks fine. That looks good. So let's move to the next part. That is the footer. Let me go and start. So in the footer, we'll be having two different sections. One, I'm thinking of keeping some buttons or some quick links to some popular websites which usually software engineers and developers visit. And below that, we'll have our standard footer containing all the links and all the GitHub repos and terms and conditions and social media logos and other stuff. So first we'll be making the footer, or rather we can add the geeky buttons afterwards. It's not much of a big deal. So let's make the footer first. So what do we keep in the footer? Let's first make it as a component. Yeah, so here we are. We can start now. We'll be using the footer tag, obviously, since it's a footer. So now what do we add? We can add some links on the left side, some on the right side, like advertising, business, how search works, privacy teams, settings. So yeah, I just did a bit of research and found that this is how we're gonna use these ASCII text. I used a pre-tag. I don't have much idea about that. I just saw the documentations and just pasted it. And to be honest, it kind of looks cool. I mean, I like it. The UI looks good now. I All we need is just a good footer, and then we are kind of good to go. It's really cool. I really am loving the homepage we are building. So it's just a matter of few more minutes till the time we just finish the footer, the two sections of the footer, and then we are good to go. So let's go back to our VS Code, and now we'll be coming to the last part of the video where we'll be just making the footer, and I think that's all. That's all that is left to do. Uh, so yeah, but before that, I think I'm missing something. Let me just open the website again, the one we were making. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking of adding some high level line here, but I'm not sure should I add it here or somewhere else. Let's add it above the search bar. You know, uh, it looks a bit no, there is nothing. It looks very blank. Let's add some text below this Google logo. So what can we write? So before that, let me just make another div and add something in comments, something like advanced code or something like that. I don't know. The green color doesn't look good. Let's make it, uh, I don't know, gray, or a bluish gray would be fine. So let's do it. I can keep it to 400. Make the text small, and we can animate it. We can give it a pulse animation. Looks good, but this line doesn't look good. Advanced code, and I'm not sure what else to write. Let's add something random, something like advanced code protocol, or I don't know, advanced code system. Let's do it. Advanced code protocol version 2.9.4. Yeah, yeah, that looks fine. That looks good. So let's move to the next part. That is the footer. Let me go and start. So in the footer, we'll be having two different sections. One, I'm thinking of keeping some buttons or some quick links to some popular websites which usually software engineers and developers visit. And below that, we'll have our standard footer containing all the, all the links and all the GitHub repos and terms and conditions and social media logos and other stuff. So first, we'll be making the footer, or rather we can add the geeky buttons afterwards. It's not much of a big deal. So let's make the footer first. So what do we keep in the footer? Let's first make it as a component. Yeah, so here we are. We can start now. We'll be using the footer tag, obviously, since it's a footer. So now what do we add? We can add some links on the left side, some on the right side, like advertising, business, how search works, privacy teams, settings. So coming to the last part of the video, we'll start making the geeky buttons. I'll be keeping 4 geeky buttons as I've thought. And okay, we'll be making one and then we can just copy and paste them and see how that looks. So we'll make a div for these geeky buttons and we'll start with that button. So inside the button, the first will be a code icon. I don't know. Uh, I think it'll look fine. We'll keep it H4 and give it width of 4. And that's all. We can just add a span tag and we can say code search. And let's see what it looks like. Let's move on to the website. So this is how it looks, code search. Okay, we have got the icon. Now let's move to the next part. We'll just map it through. I'll just simply copy these. So we'll be needing, I guess, 3 buttons. So let's style this first. And then after we can copy the entire thing down. So I'll be making them flex, bring the items to the center as usual. Space, I'll take as 2. I'll set the border and the border green and I'll keep it 300. Okay, I'll keep it 400 by 30 as we have been doing the same. Then I'll take background gray at 500 or we can do it as 800 by 50. And now we need to set the hover effect. For the hover, we'll keep it as let's keep it as 700 by I don't know. We'll keep it 700 by 50, and I need another color. So we can keep it as hover border green as 400, and the transition goes on with a duration of 300. I think this is kind of fine and it's going to look good. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look good at all. Let me just style the above div. I think it'll look good. Let's style it and we'll give it we'll give some grids. That's all. And it still doesn't look good. I have no idea why. Let me just copy these buttons and see how they get arranged. Okay, arrangement looks fine, but the design doesn't. Okay, we'll change the span. Not even the span. We can add another one. 3 looks very empty. Yeah, now it looks fine, but we still have this issue of these boxes. I might have made some mistake in the CSS. Anyways, first we'll modify the icons. We'll keep it as git branch, and this one as database. Database would be fine. And this one some VLCS stuff, the CPU. And let's see. Okay, they all look good. We'll add some different colors for each one. You can keep this as blue because it's GitHub after all. It's always blue. It always has been. We'll keep it to 400. Let's see. Looks kind of good. We'll change the name to Git repos, and then we can go for something like I don't know, something like APIs, and give it a purplish color. Let's keep it 400 here too. And the last one we can keep it as developer tools or dev tools, and we can give the class name as text yellow with same 400. Now let's see how do they look. Yeah, they look pretty nice. We need to also change the color of these icons. So let's just keep it same. It'll make it. Let's make it look consistent. We'll take the purple from here and paste it here. Take the yellow from here and we'll paste it here. And just let us see how it looks. Yeah, it looks pretty well. The only thing that we need to take care of is the spacings. And anyways, overall it looks fine. Let me just see if I can get any help. Let's just paste it and see if we, okay, we got some error. And now let's see. Yeah, they look fine now, but still I don't know why there is this footer is making the whole look really bad. I don't know. There is something wrong with my footer. Let me just take this whole page and get it aligned properly. Now let's see. Yeah, and that's it. I think. I guess it's looking good. It's all fine. The website, the overall look, I kind of like it. I think you guys will like it too. I'll be uh, posting this link on the description below. And that's all. That was all from my side. It was a great time. Had fun making my first ever YouTube video. I'll be adding some more features, and we'll see what we can do. And yeah, that's all. Let me just see this. I don't know how the hell did it change from Google to, I don't know, Oyster. I must have it here. Yeah, and here we go. It's our own, very own Hackerfield Matrix Lit Cyberpunk Google ready to go for developers. In the upcoming video, I'll see if I can add some, real website stuff here. You see, this looks quite cool. You can type and the query comes below. For now, if I do this, I'll get redirected to the Google's search result page. But in the next video, I'm thinking of making use of some APIs available in the market and see if we can get our own search result page. So that's all. So that's all from my side. Have a good night.